Hey, how you doing? I just want to talk about these gang stalkers and how they put me under surveillance 24 hours of the day, 7 days a week. And I've been suffering for over 17 years with these gang stalkers following me around and harassing me for over 17 years. They've put me through all kinds of hell and divided my family. They've ruined my friendships with people. And that's the least to say I can say. Was I'll just start from sort of where I'm really at right now is like I've got invisible people following me around everywhere I go. As I'm speaking to you now, like there's invisible people following me right now using technology. Like they become like ghosts. They've got technology where they can become like ghosts. And they're following me around and they're hitting me with all kinds of frequencies and they're assaulting me and sodomizing me and, trying to turn me into a paedophile, trying to turn me into a homo. They're trying to use all kinds of subliminal messaging, neuro-linguistic programming to degrade and demoralize me everywhere I go. And I'm being followed by invisible people, even on the toilet and things like that. And apparently, it all has to do with monsterhood. And everywhere you go, there's a society today which is no longer this civil society we're living in today. It's called monsterhood. And it's part of the New World Order. And I suppose there's other things other than monsterhood, but in Australia, we've got a thing called monsterhood. And it's taken over every person in Australia. And this is why I'm being followed around by invisible people everywhere I go. And they go from place to place in people's houses and they turn invisible and they trap your family members into believing that there's some sort of sexual criminal, some sort of deviant, some sort of paedophile or homo. And they're being all converted. They're going to people's houses, invisible, and programming these people. And everywhere in society that you see today. And I've been a target for over 17 years. And I've been fighting these invisible people. I call them gang stalkers. Some people call them COINTELPRO. Excuse me. Some people, call, are in neighborhood watch, whatever you want to call it. And it's all part of their monsterhood. And they go around and they torture people until they break or submit to their ways or whatever they're trying to do. And every day of my life, they just these gang stalkers, invisible gang stalkers, always harass me from when I open my eyes to when I go to sleep at night. And everything that comes out of their mouth is negative. And they never give me any peace. And I'm always like fighting and trying to ignore all the crap that these people are giving me every day. But like you've got to just play along and just try to control and try not to snap at people around you and things like that, because they're trying to break you in every sort of way and they're going to use everybody around you. Like in my case, I'm being followed around by invisible gang stalkers, and everyone can see me with these gang stalkers and who follow me around and that. And everyone can see these invisible gang stalkers except me, because they're using all this technology against me. And, everyone is part of the program where they break you down and try to blame you for all the gang stalking that's happening in your life. And if you're a TI out there, please don't blame yourself for what's happening in the world. This is bigger than all of us. What's going on in the world is bigger than all of us we could possibly imagine. And they've taken over everyone in the world. And they've turned people into these evil fucking deviant people that like to gang stalk people. And they've turned people into terrorists. You know what I mean? And they're very well trained, very well rehearsed in ruining people's lives. And they know all the tactics on where to hit you, all your weaknesses, all those things. They study you for a very long time and try to, get close to your family and friends, and slowly use all them to isolate you. And they try to get you away from your family and friends so you're isolated. And then all you have to deal with, all you got left to deal with are these invisible ghosts that follow me around 24/7. And they're using everybody around me. You know what I mean? They can jump into people's bodies from body to body and manipulate pretty much everyone I come in contact with. And please believe it, like, these people have invisible technology. They can come in your house and they can abuse you and call you all kinds of things, and there's nothing you can do about it. They abuse my father, they abuse my mother, they subliminally they do all those things. Everyone I come in contact with, they try to turn everything very dark and very twisted conversation. And they try to make it hard to communicate with the people that you love the most. And it's in order to isolate you from everybody and try to get you like locked up in a mental institution or get locked up in jail or something like that, where you can can't spread the message or the word or get a life out there. And because everyone, they're targeting you, you know what I mean, everywhere you go. And they're using all kinds of ways and subliminal messages to trap everybody. And I'm being followed around by these invisible people, the invisible gang stalkers, and they're manipulating everything that I say and do in my life. And they've got the technology, and you've got to believe it's real. Believe me when I say these gang stalkers have invisible fucking technology, and it's real, okay? And they turn into ghosts, and they sodomize you, and they sexually abuse you. Your children, your family members, your cousins, everyone you know has been through this fucking monsterhood abuse where they do this to people. And I haven't been given the chance like other people in this world. I was fighting this from the very beginning, where they came to my workplace, invisible fucking gang stalkers, and terrorized the hell out of me. And I ended up having to resign from my work, from my job. I was union delegate, the whole lot, right? I had a job for life, pretty much. I was in the union, mate, like I could pretty much have a job. And they took all that away from me easily. It was easy for them because they play all the dirty tactics. They've got everybody programmed, everyone and know that they're playing this fucking dirty trick on you, but there's nothing they can do about it. Because, they either recruit you into monsterhood or they fucking try to kill you. And that's their kind of ways in the life, that sort of, they're sort of like Nazis, you know what I mean? If you don't follow them or whatever, they try to get rid of you and things like that because they don't want any opposition. They don't want nobody speaking out about their fucking sick ways that they do to people. And they don't want nobody speaking out about it. And it's all we've got left is us TIs to talk to each other and try to wake up everybody else that's around in this fucking illusion. And I'm being followed by invisible fucking people and no one's doing a goddamn thing about it. It's unbelievable sick. And I've been arrested like 6 times by people, by the police, over this fucking shit. And they just pretend like there's nobody around there fucking poking and prodding me and fucking harassing me, you know? And next thing you know, you get thrown in an institution and you're having to deal with psychiatrists and all that trying to evaluate you on your mental fucking stability. And you're telling them about monsterhood and all that. And they're just pretending like it doesn't exist and stuff like that. And you're telling them about, the 17 years of abuse and how it's completely ruined your family. And you ask them, please, can you help me? But they don't. All they do is try to drug you and use some sort of fucking pseudoscience to fucking give you medication to fix the problem. But nothing is ever fixed. Doesn't matter what you take. You can take fucking heroin and it wouldn't do anything to relieve the pain much, right? Because you're still unsubjected to this fucking bullshit that you have to deal with every day, called gangstalking, you know? And I've got these invisible people fucking following me everywhere, doing these things, you know, just abusing me everywhere I go. They're just on my damn dick every day, just everywhere I go. They're just like in front of my father, they're on my dick. In front of my mum, they're just on my dick every day, you know? They're just obsessed with like breaking it down, trying to turn you into some sort of stupid, think you're just dumb. But TIs are far more intelligent than fucking these people claim to be, you know? Who they claim to be, you know what I mean? Like, from what I can see is like, they'll do anything that anyone tells them, you know what I mean? And they'll believe anything that anyone tells them. But like, at least a TI can just sit back and try to just think for themselves on what right and wrong is in his life as an individual, you know? And you got every right to fucking think for yourself and be who you want to be. And don't let anybody fucking try to program your brain into believing you're this fucking person when you're not. When you're not. And it's all an illusion to fucking trap you. So they try to own you. You understand? They try to fucking take over your life and fucking own you. You know what I mean? And do you want to be a fucking slave to this? You know what I mean? I'll fucking have to do this shit every day with these gang stalkers. These invisible people, fucking gang stalkers, control my life every fucking day. Alright? Doing this fucking bullshit to me. They're hitting me in the head now with fucking frequencies. These fucking cowards, man. They're fucking weak cowards. Fucking doing this shit to people. For so long, man, I've had to endure this fucking suffering. Slow fucking killing me. Fucking slowly, you know? Just humiliation. They love humiliating people and using their dirty tricks. You know what I mean? And like, these people don't have a life. You understand? They don't have a life at all. They're just like being told by their handler what to do pretty much every day. When to shit, what to do. They have to all report to their handler. And they've got no fucking life for themselves. You know what I mean? They're all being told what to do and things and how to break you down and how to program you and shit like that. And humiliate the individual and things. Whenever you go outside or whatever, people you come in contact with, they're just all fucking trying to humiliate you, break you down, and use negative fucking things. They don't, you know what I mean? That you ask people for help, they won't let you stand up. You know what I mean? You ask people to care, they won't love you. You know what I mean? You say hello to people and they don't want to know you. And they're doing all these fucking tactics on everybody, they're coming in contact with. Especially now, you know. Now everybody's isolated from each other because of you know what, you know. And now people are going to even distance themselves further from each other. The way we're going to interact and talk with each other, whether you're in a classroom or an office, you know what I mean? We're all being isolated and we're all going to have to follow these procedures and things like that. They're fucking are put in place to control us. You understand? We're giving up our freedom. You know what I mean? And once you give up your freedom, you're screwed. You understand? These people are free to just fuck up your shit anytime they want to. You know what I mean? And come in and arrest you for fucking nothing, pretty much. Right? Because once you give away your freedom, that's it. Your rights are gone, man. You know what I mean? And they're taking away all your civil rights and they're taking away everything as you fucking speak today. I'm being followed around by these invisible gang stalkers and they're breaking all the civil rights for a human being to live, just to live on the very basics in my life. I try to have food, water, good sleep, and all those things, and they're disrupting it all. You know what I mean? I can't even go to the fucking toilet without these people fucking in my bowels fucking digging in there, hurting me. You know what I mean? And it's just, they're sick people. You know, how they're programmed they are to do those kind of things to human beings. You know what I mean? And, they're all got a handler to report to and they're all being fucking programmed. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to find my way through this and just try to be free, as a TI as much as I can be. I have to pretend, nothing's wrong when I talk to people. Just so I can just tell everybody, look, I'm fine. I'm not fucking crazy. Fucking you all are. You know what I mean? And like, I just have to play along with it and things. And there's a lot of people everywhere around the world that are filming this and, showing all the just weird things that people are doing, all the gestures and things. And we got it going on in Australia too. It is fucking weird here. You know what I mean? We've got people like Gangstalking Australia reporting every day. And Anthony, you're doing a fantastic job. And you're helping a lot of people get through a very bad time. And that, that you're not crazy people. You know what I mean? Like, this is actually happening. This is like the state and all these kind of things. Like Stasi, the whole lot that's fucking operating. Monsterhood, Stasi, fucking, CIA, spies, all kinds of espionage fucking bullshit that they're doing and cults and New World Orders that are operating this shit, man. You know what I mean? And I'm being fucking stalked by invisible fucking gang stalker ghosts, right? And they got all this fucking technology at their disposal, and they're using it on fucking innocent fucking people, manipulating them, twisting it around. I've been through the program for 17 years. There's only like so much you can do to a person. You know what I mean? And they still keep going. They're still fucking relentless in fucking just torturing and fucking abusing you every day. Humiliation. Because you're not a monster. Because you're not, they didn't turn you into a monster yet. And that's what I'm facing every single day, man. You know what I mean? Is that there's this thing called monsterhood, a giant army, and it's called monsterhood. And it's operated by Illuminati, Masons, the whole lot are involved. Understand? This shit is big. And they're using this invisible technology on me as well. Following me around, telling me how they're not going to let me stand up. You understand? They're not going to help me. They're not going to try and like at least make sense of all this bullshit and you ruin your family and do all that shit. They try all their best to be negative in your life and fucking make it fucking hell, for people on earth. And it shouldn't be a hell on earth. You know what I mean? Why don't these people just fucking get a life and just fucking leave us alone? There's only so much you can do to an individual in this world. You know what I mean? And just like, let the next generation will be different from us. Most of the TIs that in the world this is happening to, they're just like, they're mature people. They're of mature age. That people get gang stalked. And that's because we're from a different time. And the mentality in society has completely changed, from what we used to be as fucking people. You know what I mean? And we weren't so corrupt back then. People were more free back then in those days, even though we were brainwashed and doing all kinds of, overeating and abusing all kinds of substances and things like that. But it was a more like honest time where people were more honest. There was still shady shit going on, but it wasn't like on this level. Like this is like satanic. This level that this is operating on is Luciferian. It's satanic. And they've taken over, they're above the law. They're above all kinds of corporations and things like that. And they can manipulate all of those things, people you come in contact with in your life. Anyway, I just want to talk about the technology on how these invisible gang stalkers follow me around every day and they sodomize, abuse, and they do all kinds of fucking rude things to the victim. And, they can make you have bowel movements. They can make you have flatulence. They can cause severe vomiting, things like that. I'm sure a lot of you TIs have also received like those things in your life where you're just vomiting for no reason or spitting or going to the toilet or you can't go to the toilet at all. And you're feeling things on your genitals and all those things, And just know that if something like that is happening to you, more than likely there are invisible people as well in your home that are putting you under surveillance doing that shit to you. All right? I just want to talk about how these gang stalkers just follow me around. Invisible gang stalkers. I'm being followed by ghosts everywhere. And, I'm just calling out to anyone who's got qualified in taking out investigation, anything like that, that can help me, just get through this and get my family back and my friends. I greatly appreciate your help. If people are even that willing to help these days, because they don't know how to deal with such monsterhood. They don't know how to deal with a man who's being followed by invisible ghosts. You know what I mean? On that level. And I've spoken to psychics, spiritualists, all kinds of people, and they couldn't help me either. But, if there's someone qualified out there, some spiritualist that, can help me clear out this negative bullshit in my life, that I can get my life back and get the love from my friends back again. You know what I mean? And that would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, that's all I got to say now. Peace.